I see my husband in this room.
Why Clare Crawley's quarantine is different in the best way possible, and Juan Pablo's thoughts, plus Andi Dorfman on what happened in the fantasy suite, and way more. Hi guys, welcome back to another shared news from home. We have all the latest Bachelor updates, but before we get into it, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future updates. I'm your host, Avery Grooms, and let's jump right into it with this week's season finale of The Bachelor, the greatest seasons ever. Monday night, ABC aired highlights for Juan Pablo's season.
Do you know how I feel? Do you know when I made my decision?
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Juan Pablo took to Twitter as it aired to tell us how he really feels, of course. He tweeted, quote, "Thanks. Some people like honesty, some people don't." Juan Pablo said this in response to a social media user who called his edit on the show evil. He went on to call out creator Mike Fleiss and host Chris Harrison, tweeting, quote, "In this show, Mike told me to be myself, and then he didn't like my honesty. Chris Harrison didn't like it either. Got frustrated when he tried to say words I didn't mean." So I just think it's funny how all of a sudden Juan Pablo wants to voice his opinion on Twitter when he lacked to do that his entire season. His entire season was filled with miscommunication. He didn't address clearly what he wanted, and it led to a lot of conflict. Earlier this week, after Clare's promo had ended, Juan Pablo also took to Twitter to share his thoughts on that. He tweeted something along the lines saying it's clear who the Juan who can't get over Juan is, and that he was over Clare a long time ago. But like no one asked, and he just took Clare's promo and like made it about him from that one small clip of her pushing him away.
Tell me.
And it's just like, we're over it. It's not about you, Juan Pablo. Your season's been over. I was over it when it was airing. And he needs to just put it to rest. It's clear that this is something that's still bothering him, and it's just, I think he's acting really petty and immature by taking to Twitter to suddenly voice how he really feels about something that happened years ago. I think he needs to step aside and let Clare enjoy her turn as the Bachelorette.
I kind of want to thank him. And I know that sounds weird, but I want to thank him because if it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for this opportunity, I wouldn't be the woman I am today.
But there's more drama where that came from. Andi Dorfman revealed she would never tell what happened with Juan Pablo in the fantasy suite. During Juan Pablo's recap on Monday night's finale of The Bachelor, the greatest seasons ever, viewers saw Andi confront Juan Pablo the morning after they spent the night together in the fantasy suite. Andi told Chris Harrison she never revealed exactly what happened that set her off.
It's offensive to you that I'm honest and I say,
There's a difference between being honest and being be honest. Like,
if that's
there
how you,
is.
okay, fine. If that's how you see it, okay.
She said, quote, "Oh my gosh, I mean, I'll never tell exactly what happened. I think that should be something now I guess everyone talks about, but back then we actually used to keep what was in the fantasy suite there. I'll say this, I feel like that time was not utilized to get to know me, and having done the fantasy suites myself, that's such a good time to get to know somebody. And it was pretty clear that was not of interest." She also added, quote, "Girls would come home from the dates and go, I basically just poured my entire heart out and all he said was okay. Here you are going through a relationship, you're spending all this time, emotions, you're letting this person meet your family." Andi went on to explain she wished her breakup wasn't so explosive, which actually inspired the title of her first book, It's Not Okay. Let's take a look at the clip of this breakup.
I realized that I wasn't in love with you.
It's perfect.
And that I wasn't going to be, and
It's fine. It's okay.
it shouldn't just be okay.
I remember watching this breakup, and this is when I thought, okay, Andi needs to be the next Bachelorette. She said everything that needed to be said all along. Juan Pablo definitely struggled to express himself. He seemed to downplay every relationship. Like Andi said, girls would come home and say they poured their heart out to him, and then he would just be like, it's okay, no worries, just very not empathetic about anything. And I mean, you're the Bachelor, you have all these contestants who are actually taking it seriously, and it just seemed like he couldn't reciprocate that, but he should have voiced it more. Like I said earlier, it definitely led to a lot of conflict throughout his season. Now moving on from Juan Pablo's problematic past, in this same episode of The Bachelor, The Greatest Seasons Ever, Clare interviewed with Chris Harrison from her suite in Palm Springs. When asked about her quarantine season, Clare explained, quote, "It's different in the best way possible. I want somebody who is not excited about traveling to wonderful locations, which is great and awesome to be able to go to and do those things, which I've done before, but this is more of what I'm looking for."
Or just real one-on-one connection or multiple connections, and just having the time to get to know each other way better and not having to focus on anything greater or bigger than that.
She continued to explain, quote, "It's actually weirdly given me a sense of calmness. I know it's crazy times in the world right now, but as I'm sitting here, there's excitement, there's possibility for the future, there's so many positive things in my mind and in my heart right now."
I'm excited for this time because I know from where I was to where I am now and the work that I've done, I have prepared so much for this moment. Meeting the man of my dreams, like, I could not be more ready for this.
Clare also mentioned that it's insane to think that she's getting engaged soon, and her mom is just excited as she is. Based off this interview with Chris Harrison, it is clear to see how happy Clare is right now, and this basically just confirms that she's at peace with her decision and she made a good one, and hopefully everything is working out for them. Did not see Dale in the video. Maybe he was hiding in the bedroom, maybe he's quarantined separately, I don't know, but this is just evidence to support the reports that Clare is happy in a relationship right now. On that note, in an exclusive Bachelorette promo, Clare Crawley says she sees her future husband on night one. Clare is seen in the promo holding a glass in hand saying, quote, "I see my husband in the room."
Will Clare find her happy ending?
I see my husband in his room.
The Bachelorette premieres Tuesday, October 13th on ABC.
After sharing a promo for her Bachelorette season on Instagram last Monday, she included a short Instagram story to express that she is grateful and thankful for her experience. Clare has definitely created a sense of certainty with this season, and I think it's safe to say we know her outcome is a good one. I think on this season we'll see Clare in a happier, more positive light. I mean, she definitely struggled on Juan Pablo's season and throughout her other journeys in Bachelor Nation. But this one looks like such a reassuring one. I mean, it all just took time. She just had to wait. It just had to be the right people, and it came, and I guess she might have found the one. So in terms of it being different, I think this season will definitely be a refreshing one. As always, we want to know your guys' thoughts, so let us know down below in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future updates. I'm your host, Avery Grooms. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Avery Grooms, and I will be seeing you guys next time.